Hey folks, welcome back to Street Rust. I hope you can see this. I got my official pointer. We put in the car stereo a couple days ago. We're gonna put in tonight. We're gonna put in the relay system for the electric fan, and later on this weekend we're gonna start on the exhaust. But anyway, want to kind of draw this out. I bought this relatively cheap kit on eBay. And the breaker's laying over there. But anyway, got a relay, we got a thermostat and probe. So what this is gonna look like, because this thing didn't come with any instructions. I had to look it up online. It was I mean, what do you get for $16.99, right? Okay. Anyway, let's start all the way over here at the battery. Let me grab this breaker real quick. You know what I do? Oh, here's the breaker. So this one came, there's not an inline fuse, it came with a breaker. We're gonna run a hot lead off the battery, which we already have. And you got a breaker, we're gonna wire that breaker in. And that red wire is going to be the short red wire right here. Okay, hope you all can see this. Anyway, then what we're gonna do is through a series of this thermometer, it's a thermostat, you know, whatever you want to call it. It's got a probe on it. The probe would go into the radiator. The hot wire, which is, they say it's maroon, it looks brown to me, but it's maroon. It'll go to ignition, and we already have a wire to a switch ran for that. And then, so you got your hot coming into the relay. You've got your hot coming into, oh, we gotta have two hot wires. Isn't that interesting? I just realized that. Anyway, so we gotta have two hot wires. We'll have the one coming in from the ignition and then one going to the battery. So you'll have a power source going into the thermostat. You'll have a hot lead off the battery going into the relay, and it will be grounded. The red hot wire will go to the fan. And I don't know where my dry erase pen went, but pretty obvious the black one off the fan is going to be a ground as well. Okay, so looks pretty simple. Shouldn't be you know, shouldn't have to apply that degree in rocket science I got. But anyway, there's a close up of that. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to be using this circuit breaker. We're going to be using this relay and this thermostat. Now, as I noted, we've already got the electric fan. Remember, we put that in Georgia on the OEM radiator. This is the new one we put in when we came back from Power Tour last year. Anyway, what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm just going to mock this up, if you will, show you what we got, and we'll make sure it's working okay. I'll put a heat gun to the probe. If it's working okay, then we'll go ahead and hardwire everything and get it cleaned up and looking good. So be right back. Alrighty, we got everything just hodgepodge here. Okay, so let's start with the breaker. Okay, we've got just a jumper hot going to the breaker. We've got you know, if you didn't have the breaker, I would definitely probably recommend an inline fuse. But then that is going to come to the relay. The red wire off, the other red wire off the relay goes to the fan. And remember, that's the black wire on the fan because we've got the polarity switch to make the fan blow. And we've also got the ground off the relay and the ground off the fan, which is the red wire because the polarity is reversed. We've got those grounded right here. And then we've got the brown wire. Let's see. Oh, I'm dropping everything. Sorry, folks. I just dropped the whole shoot and caboodle. And I just disconnected my wire. So bear with me, folks. I got this like that's probably hang on, folks. Let me set you down here. Those are those are hot wires, meaning not temperature hot, but they are got a hot lead going to it. So anyway, the brown wire, which is on the thermostat, is the actually this one, not the brown one, this one. On the diagram up there, they showed it was on the left-hand side, but that didn't work, so I put it on the right-hand side, and it did work. And that's our lead that is going back to the switch, so it's looping through. We're going to call that the ignition loop. Then the brown wire was going to the relay, going back to the relay right here. So anyway, everything is set up. I'm going to put the heat gun on here. And we're going to heat that up until the fan kicks on. Let me grab the heat gun here. I'm in tight quarters. And then as soon as that heats up, the fan ought to kick on. It's going to take a second. There we go. Fan kicked on. Okay, now let's let it cool down. I don't know exactly where that temperature setting is. We're going to have to play with that a little bit. As this cools down, like that's helping. It's probably pretty hot. Let me grab my thermometer here. Let's see what temp this is at. This probe. So... okay, now I could actually, because this has a thermostat, I could turn this down. Now I'm lying to you. I did it the wrong way. There we go. But I don't want that to be like that. I'm gonna barely turn it on. I want that to cool down enough, and then you're gonna see the fan turn off. There we go. Just suck some of the heat out. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get all this hardwired in here and get it set up. I think I'm gonna I found some little nuts here to go on. This is the bolt that bolts in the radiator, and I think I found a nut and a washer for both sides. I'm going to put the thermostat over here and run the probe right into the radiator, and then I'm going to put the relay over here, and that ought to do it. So be back shortly. And we're back. 1 millisecond for you, an hour and a half for me. So I went ahead and started it. I had to jump start it with the pack because I ran the battery down with the fan, but I'll just show you how. I mean, it's not even 90 degrees. So, what have I done? While this is warming up, I've got the breaker wired in, battery, coming to the relay, coming to the thermostat. The probe is in the radiator. You see it down there. I went ahead and mounted this here, but it just works better. I've got this set. There's a set mark on here over here. Hard to see in the light here, but it's about 180. So basically just gonna sit here and let this thing warm up. $97 and whatever, 100, around 100 degrees. It's getting there. I've got it set at 180, I believe. So that's what I'm gonna wait for. So let me see if I got I got to turn my gauges on in here. I got those wired up. We're good there. Yeah, we're a little over 100 degrees there. So anyway, now we wait. So let's give it a couple minutes. I'm not gonna sit here and let you watch a car warm up, but yeah, we'll let it warm up for a minute, because I want to remind y'all what we got coming next. That's what I'm starting on. probably tomorrow, Saturday afternoon. We got a funeral in the morning. We got the wrap for the header. We got the high temp silicone paint and coating. Oh, this is this is going to be for the Ford truck. We got the exhaust system. We're going to get it all rocking this weekend. I got a little car show I'm trying to get ready for. That's not out of the engine. That was my pointer. Oh, let me show you something over here too, since we're waiting. So, let's see, where's my, I don't know where my driveway thing went. Oh, it's right where it's supposed to be. All right, so the instructions I found online and what they showed, this was not correct. This one was not used. If you're looking at the dial looking top down, it was actually this one went right there. It was, you know, it wasn't rocket science, but everything else is wired according to this. And our when we mocked it up, it worked. So also put the ground here. Man, it looks like somebody's house. Got a little thermostat in there. We'll see what it does. Let me check the temp. See where we're at. Yeah, we're jumping up. So theoretically, I could turn this thermostat down. If I go down, the fan should kick on. And it doesn't. That's great. That's great. And let's see, it's on 180 right there. Maybe it's, no. If I turn this thing, I'm trying to see if it clicks. It's kind of hard to hear with the car on. Well, I'll give her a whirl here. Let me let it heat up and make sure this is lined out, and we'll be back in just a few seconds to show you what we got. All right, we're working. I just didn't have the switch on inside. Remember, we don't have the the thermostat is not hooked to ignition. I hooked it to the switch that I have inside. That would be the problem. So anyway, if I knock this down, fan comes on. Okay, we're blowing. Okay, but I don't want the fan on yet. I'm trying to find the sweet spot. I want that fan to kick on at about 180. I don't even know if we're going to get to 180. Let's see. We're pushing it. We'll just keep watching it here. We'll see if I can give her a little help. Let it warm up here a little bit. See if that'll help a little bit. Let's go see what we're at up here. Let's see. Where's my thermometer? See where we're at on the sending unit. Yeah, it's about 167 there, about 174. We're right on the verge. But that's all fine and dandy, but what's the temp down here? We're about the same. So if I were to bump this down just a hair, let's see, to bump it up, actually down, right? Fan kicks on. I want the fan to kick on by itself. So that dial's at about the 120, correction, 200, so that's probably going to be about 180 on that. Just keep an eye on the tank here. Nothing's overheating. Right there's the probe. And we're on the verge of it. We're on the verge of it. Let's see what the temp we're running. Oh, that tack light. I got that tack. I got to fix the tack. That tack light is just driving me crazy. I got a wire loose or something on this tack. I got to check that out. Oh, fan just kicked on at about 190. So the fan just kicked on at about 190, which is a little high for me. So I'm gonna bump it down a little bit. Okay, so that fan ought to keep running. Let's see what it does here. Well, it's putting a load on it. Do this, right? Let's see. Nope. Okay. If I go all the way down, oh, it's right. It'll turn it off. Okay. Let's keep it right there. Let's see what our temp's doing in here. Make sure she's pulling down. Yeah, we'll watch it for a minute, let that fan run. Well, that fan is sucking the juice, man. Sucking the juice. I'm probably gonna have to get a bigger alternator. Let's put the meter on the alternator, see what we got. Or the battery, see where the alternator's pushing. Good at all. Now if I turn that's like really bad. So that's a charging issue. Now I got a charging issue. I don't know. Let's check it out. Let me make this go off for a second. And we got a charging issue, folks. Well, that'll be next on the list. Turn this back up. That fan on. See what our temp's at. See, now that sucker's winding up. Did you hear the fan go up? Yeah. Temp's actually going up. But sitting here idling. We're fine. We're golden. Now that fan's cranking. Oh, looky there. Now we're pushing 12.75. So I wonder if I got an alternator issue. Alternator. So that would be the charging system. Wouldn't have anything to do with the starting system. So I'm not a bad alternator. Now that thing's humming like it should be. That ought to make that temp drop. Yeah, it's only, 85 degrees at 10:30 at night, 100% relative humidity. It's still hanging there. It ain't going nowhere. If it can sit here and idle, we'll be fine. Now, I turned it off, now it's running off the battery. I'm gonna go ahead and shut her down. That would be equivalent to the ignition switch. Hit the ejection on the fuel pump. So, all right, hey folks, I don't know what else to say. We obviously got a little more tweaking to do, but all in all, see, this ain't good. That my alternator, that battery, I bet this sucker won't even crank over. I'm gonna have to check that alternator, guys. I don't think it's doing good. Let's just see what we got here. Yeah, dead in a doorknob. So anyway, not a problem. We'll alternator's easy fix. I may go with a little larger amp. We're running electric fuel pump. We're running electric fan. So, all right, folks, that's gonna wrap it up. I know this was kind of a short video for you, but it was the next step we needed to do. Tomorrow we're gonna start on the exhaust system, get this dual exhaust on here, and try to get this thing daily driver ready. So thank y'all for watching. Please subscribe. We gosh, I think we're at 453 subscribers. What a blessing, absolute blessing. But you know what, I need more. I'm not, you know, am I begging? Once again, no, but I would appreciate it if you find value. If you don't find value and you're still subscribed, loop down below what we can do to add better value. My wife Liz will be joining us on some of the exhaust stuff. She couldn't tonight, she's in practicing music because we're participating in a funeral tomorrow. And that has priority over this Mopar. So please subscribe, please like, please share, please be blessed.